What is up, FCL Galaxy? I am the Bo Brad Gilmore, the commissioner of the First Class League, and we are so excited to welcome you to the very first two matches in our Star Wars division. The Star Wars division has been a pillar of the movie trivia schmodown for years now. We have seen some of the most incredible competitors, the most dazzling questions. Some of the greatest matches of all time have happened in the Star Wars division. We all go back to Sam Witwer versus Ken Knapsack in that Iron Man classic, or a recent example, Alex the Demon Damon, Andrew DiMonta, overtime for the Star Wars Championship, and we are excited to bring that to you, all the fans of the FCL, for the very first time. So sit back and relax. This is the First Class League. This is May the 4th, and the Star Wars division is here. So there's really only one thing left for the boat to say to all the people out there. The FCL and the Star Wars division says,
hello there.
It's not bad, right? That wasn't bad. That was pretty good, wasn't it? Look, I'm going to do it. Can we do it one more time? Okay, ready? The Star Wars division says to you, all the great people out there in the galaxy and the universe.
Hello there.
Hey,
what?
I don't think they probably didn't notice that. Hey, Sonny, what's going on, man?
Hey, Brad. How are you doing, man?
I'm great. Look. I know we're about to get into the Star Wars action. It's going to be incredible. This is May the 4th. However, I'm glad that we were able to talk because, man, everything that went down at FCL 5 last week, with James Shimo, the Sinister Syndicate, less than ideal, right?
That was a mouthful. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot that went on, but I just want to say, man, I really appreciate you for being a good sport about everything, because obviously it was thrown at you last minute. You had minutes to prepare. You went out there, you gave it the old college try, and I just really want to ask you before the action starts today, I mean, is there any way that I can make it up to you?
Oh, make it up to me. Like, I still had a blast, Brad, like playing in the singles division there, and even though I lost that first match, I'm in this trivia thing, and there's only like one thing that I would maybe tweak about it, like about my participation in the FCL, and that's basically just switching it up division-wise a little bit, and maybe put me in Star Wars. You know, it is May the 4th.
So you want to be in the Star Wars division?
I wouldn't be mad about that.
You wouldn't be? Okay, you know what? Hey, look, Sonny, this is how easy it is. All you have to do is ask, and you shall receive. Look at this. I am knighting you. I am Jedi knighting you into the Star Wars division. Sonny, welcome to the Star Wars League here in the FCL. I'm excited to have you, my friend.
I appreciate it so much. Thank you a bunch, Brad. That's all I wanted.
All right. Well, hey, Sonny, may the 4th be with you. And don't forget, my friend, don't forget, you all right. See you, Sonny. Welcome, everybody, to FCL 6, and May the 4th be with you. My name is the Boat Brad Gilmore, and I am joined, as always by Steph Sabra. And Steph, this is a big day for you.
I love this day so much. This is one of my favorite days of the year, if not my favorite day of the year. For all of us who love Star Wars 365 days, this is a day where we can just have no shame. I can be rocking my Leia buns, and everyone's like, yeah, that makes sense for today. So I'm loving it. And it's our first Star Wars match in the FCL.
I know. I'm so excited. I didn't think that we would get Star Wars as early as we did, but it just made too much sense that this day, by the way, has fallen on two of your favorite holidays, 420 and now May the 4th. I have to ask you, are there any traditions that happen on May the 4th that I wouldn't be, somebody who's a casual, a layman,
wouldn't be aware that this is something that you do. Do you have any particular traditions yourself, or is it just kind of an all-out love of the Star Wars day?
Well, all day, I think everyone's ready to engage. Everyone's like Twitter trigger happy because we're getting news throughout the day. So a lot of us are just paying attention to what Star Wars is dropping and then watching what they're dropping. Obviously, we got Bad Batch, which was so sick. Everyone in the chat, let us know what you thought of the episode. So I think it's watching that. Yesterday I was just watching Clone Wars, just rewatching it, getting reoriented for Bad Batch. I think revisiting movies, just living and reveling in the Star Wars fandom.
Well, okay. Now, here's the other thing that I was thinking about. Because you and I, now this is the 6th show that we have done together. That means that we're 10 matches in. After today, it'll be 12. And I feel like we've started to learn one another a little bit, right? We started to get to know one another. So I had the idea. I said, okay, look, I'm going to take 3 things from the world of Star Wars, and I'm going to write down what I think the best answer is. And I'm going to ask Steph Sabral what hers are, and I'm going to see if we link up, if we have the same answers. Okay?
Well, look at this friendship co-host bonding.
Look, if we're going to get Air Force Ones together, I have to make sure that we agree with these things, okay?
Right.
Okay, so first off, here's my first question to you. R2-D2 or BB-8?
I love BB-8, but it's R2-D2 all the way. I mean, that's the original. You can't just not say R2-D2 when he's put into the conversation.
Can I say something? We're 1 for 1 so far. We're 1 for 1. I'm an R2 guy. BB-8's cute and all, but I'm a man of the classics. Okay, now this one is more difficult, but I want you to I don't want you to think about what my answer would be. I want you to think about what your Steph Sabral's answer is. Okay. Favorite color lightsaber?
Green.
Okay, so this is where we differ. But it's okay. Now we're getting to know one another. You like green. I'm a Mace Windu guy. Give me the purple.
You scream you carry a purple lightsaber.
I don't know what that means, but I love it. I love it. Okay, now, who is, out of the original kind of cast, right? I mean, when we're talking Luke, Han, Leia, Vader, Obi-Wan, out of those, who is your favorite character from the original group that we were first introduced to?
It's Leia all day.
General Organa, Steph Sabral.
General Organa, Princess Leia, jack of all trades, the best.
Look, I'll tell you why I love Leia. I'm going to tell you why. And you just said it. Jack of all trades, Jill of all trades, versatility. You put her in any position, she's going to make it happen. It doesn't matter. She doesn't rely on Luke and Han to get the job done. She goes out there and gets it done. I appreciate her. I'm a big Leia fan. And
she says it how it is. Like, there is never going to be someone that's going to try Leia and she's not going to give it back to them.
100%. And you know what? So look, I want you to always keep it Leia with me. All right, just always keep it Leia with me. You got me? Okay.
I always will keep it Leia with you, but I do have a soft spot for Yoda for a few reasons. My parents, when I was born, and they will tell anyone this they meet, they say that I was an exact mixture of Yoda and Winston Churchill, and that's how I looked. And I'm okay with that kind of ugly. You know what I mean? I grew into that, and I grew out of that, I think, a little bit. I had a little bit of a Yoda glow up, but I love Yoda second, but I'll keep it Leia.
Keep it Leia. Always keep it Leia, and I gotta see some sort of infant photograph for the receipts of this. Yoda,
not
Winston
a lot of
Churchill.
Hair, discoloration, snaggled teeth. There's a lot of things.
There's a lot going on, and I just love that the Winston Churchill is a very specific reference. Nevertheless, it is May the 4th. We are excited to bring you the first ever Star Wars match in history. And look, the Star Wars division has always been one that has captured the imagination of all fans of the Movie Trivia Schmodown from its really inception. And you have some of the greatest matches of all time. This week, we have the rematch of the greatest Star Wars match of all time, Andrew DiMolanta, Alex Damon for that Star Wars championship. But we're in the infancy here. But what do you think the Star Wars division means to the Schmodown as a whole, Steph?
Oh, so much. I mean, talk about everyone who's in the Schmodown has to have an unbelievable amount of knowledge about films across history. But when you're in the Star Wars division, you can't miss. You can't have blind spots. There are less films and things to study, but you have to be a genius in those films. You really can't have a blind spot in Star Wars. And then I also think you have to have a serious passion for Star Wars. When we're talking about all the films, you're watching a lot of films you might not necessarily love. Everyone in the Star Wars division is a Star Wars fan through and through, and that's what makes it so beautiful to watch because there's so much passion in it.
I agree with you wholeheartedly. Now, for me, I'm what you call a casual Star Wars fan. I enjoy the films. I'm a fan of the films. I'm not as knowledgeable, but I'd like to think that I've seen them enough to where I could answer some questions in Star Wars. And I got to tell you, every time I watch one of these Star Wars matches, I'm like, what movie are they watching? Because I don't see any of this in there. Now, you're one of the hosts of this Sith Council with the incredible Mike Kalinowski and the creator, Christian Harloff. Do you fare okay in some of these matches?
Yes, in some of them, but when you get to those like second half of the round 2, round 3 questions, those are when you get like to the numbers, like how many meters, and I don't know, that's where I'm kind of like, y'all do you. I love watching it, but there are parts where I'm like, okay, I know my limits right now, and I just love watching them compete more than answering these questions.
Well, we are about to get into our very first match in the Star Wars division in FCL history. It's going to be Ross from Nowhere taking on Matthew the Reckoning Reid. Both these men had a lot of personality. They've been all over social with some of the promotional videos out there. What is your read on both of these people?
That is more quiet, and that's kind of scary. You don't really know what's inside of their head. And I think that he said Ross is going to catch this loss. I'm wondering if he is going to catch this loss. And with Ross, I was really impressed with his video editing. And it did already seem like he had like a lot of knowledge in the area. I mean, when you can edit yourself into a Star Wars spaceship, I think that you pretty much belong here.
You pretty much do. Well, for the people who haven't seen it, let's take a look at the first matchup. It is Ross from Nowhere taking on Matthew the Reckoning Reid. Here it is.
What's up, Schmodown fans? We are so excited to see Star Wars being expanded into the FCL.
Yeah, the Star Wars division has come a long way since I first stepped into it, when it was like the same 3 people duking it out over the belt, and now we've added more and more great competitors over the years, and it's been really fun to just make all those new friendships and rivalries.
And it's so cool to see how celebrated such nerdiness can be, and to see the Star Wars community kind of evolve and become this great thing that it is today.
I think Joseph Scrimshaw said it best. It's a Star Wars Celebration Chicago. During our match, he was like, "This is the one place where I can say the word cahoons and people will applaud me for it." Yeah. And I love seeing other people getting that experience. So I'm really excited to see what new competitors come out of the FCL, and I hope to face you one day.
So good luck to you all, and may the Force be with you.
Hello there, Mr. Matthew the Reckoning. Isn't that the guy who did the Bagel song?
Ross from Nowhere. Nowhere is where you should have stayed. For in the wake of reckoning, nowhere will be left unscathed.
I'm a complete nobody, overlooked by everyone in the draft. Left far away from the center of the galactic conflict. But doesn't that sound a little familiar in the galaxy far, far away?
Ross, you're about to take a loss from someone who's been waiting for this a long, long time.
It doesn't matter who you are. You're just my first opponent. You're nothing in the story. Nothing.
I am excited for you, though. To stand in the face of reckoning and prove yourself.
I have a 16-person Star Wars Schmodown tournament to play in later this year, because this is not going to go the way you think.
I look forward to seeing what you can do, Ross. Hopeless as it is. I'll be seeing you soon.
There's one Star Wars day a year, and I intend to make this one a memorable one. Get your sabers and blasters ready. I'll see you soon.
What? There you have it, Steph Sabra. We saw the editing skills at play. We saw the talk. They are ready to play and make history as the first two competitors in our Star Wars division. I think it is time to bring them in, Steph. Should we bring them in now?
I think Chewie says it's time.
Okay, I think that's what that means. All right, ladies and gentlemen, introducing first. Making his Star Wars division an FCL debut. Ladies and gentlemen, make some room for Ross from nowhere. And there he is, Ross from nowhere. But right now he is somewhere and ready to play in this Star Wars division. Ross, welcome to the FCL. How are you doing, my friend?
Thanks for having me, Brad. I'm doing well. I'm excited to talk some Star Wars, answer some questions, have some fun, and put on a good show today.
So let me ask you, whenever you got the call and you found out Ross from nowhere was going to compete in the FCL, but more specifically in the Star Wars division, how did that make you feel?
Excited. I wanted to play Star Wars trivia this year, and it's been great to provide an opportunity to do so with the FCL. And they got the main Schmodown League, and there's some incredible players there. But I'm here to prove that I know as much as anybody. And the questions, whatever they are, I'm hoping I can answer as many of them as possible. I certainly hope no brain farts attack me today, and that it's really just a matter of being able to prove what I know and being able to get those questions out there. So I'm excited, and I'm excited to be able to see what Matthew knows and hopefully put on a good show. I want to make sure that he has a good showing, and I want to have a good showing as well. And it'll be nice to see those questions that are in store for us.
Well, I'm already digging your kindness, Ross, but I gotta ask, your video editing is on fire. Did you want to become a video editor in any way because of Star Wars? Because your edits match the look.
I appreciate that. Thanks. No, that was a little bit more of just this is what I can do when I want something, and this is what I can do when I'm preparing for something. And that was kind of a bit of a shout out with my audition to the Schmodown community to show that I'm ready, and when I put my mind to something, I put all of my mind to it, and I have done that for today, and hopefully it pays dividends.
Okay, I like the
Jedi way.
It sounds like the Jedi way. This is the way. Ross from nowhere, a video editor. I wonder if he's as good as George Lucas's wife, who actually saved that Star Wars movie. Nevertheless, thank you, Ross. We're going to get to you in just a minute. You like that, didn't you, Steph? And yeah. we're gonna bring in his opponent, making his FCL and Star Wars division debut. He is Matthew, the Reckoning Reid. There he is.
Greetings.
The Reckoning. How's it going, Matthew?
Well, I'm here for a specific duty, so it's going well.
Matthew, I love the little words you come in with, because as I said in the beginning, I think that those are the scariest competitors, the ones that don't have much to say and they're just waiting to play. Are you excited to be here? Have you been prepping and wanting to be a part of the FCL? What's going through your head right now as you hit this first match?
When I learned I was going to be part of the FCL, I was happy for you. What better opportunity than to have the Harbinger of Reckoning come in and validate this, whatever you want to call it.
I'd like to see it.
Okay, so I'm assuming, Matt, that you feel rather confident against your opponent, Ross from nowhere, who was very complimentary of you and hopes that you do well today.
I also hope he does well to save himself from embarrassment, but a loss is the only thing going to happen here today.
Right. Well, there you go. There you go.
Looks
Thank
like we
you,
have
Matthew.
a Jedi and a Sith in the house, and I'm not mad about it.
I'm not either. Well, Matthew, we will. Good luck to you, sir. We'll see how both of these competitors play in the first ever Star Wars division match in FCL history. There's only one thing left to say before we read the rules of round number one. May the fourth be with you, and
Let's get classy.
all right. And here we go with the rules of round number 1. Both players will receive the same 8 questions in the realm of Star Wars. You will write your answers on the whiteboard. You will speak and reveal your answer at the same exact time. Each correct answer is worth 1 point. If you both answer, or one of you answers, all 8 questions, you will then be asked a bonus question in round number 1. Now remember, for the entirety of the match, you get 3 question repeats that we call the JTE rule, and you have 1 challenge per match that can be used in any round. All right, gentlemen, if you both understand the rules, Bros, you understand?
Standing by.
All right, Matthew, you understand the rules for round 1?
Let's begin.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Star Wars FCL. Here we go, FCL 6 underway, and we start with question number 1 in the category of A New Hope. What is the name of the planet destroyed by the Death Star in A New Hope? Yeah, already off to a great start, Steph.
You already mentioned the Death Star. It's a great day. I'm so excited that this match is actually happening.
All right, and here we go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we go to Ross.
Alderaan.
Alderaan, and we go to Matthew.
Alderaan.
1-1, both men correct. Alderaan. See, I said it right. And we go to question 2.
There you go. 1-1 as we move to question 2 in the category of Revenge of the Sith. Who has been kidnapped by General Grievous at the beginning of the film?
General Grievous sounds like somebody who would kidnap somebody.
A smoker. A chain smoker, for sure. Need an answer in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll go to Ross first.
Chancellor Palpatine.
That is correct. We go to Matthew.
Chancellor Palpatine.
Palpatine is right. 2-2.
All right, and going into your third question in the category of everyone's favorite Star Wars film, The Last Jedi. Who plays the character of DJ, a skilled slicer who assists Finn and Rose in The Last Jedi?
Oh, I wish Finn was a Jedi.
Oh, man.
This scene.
He is.
You're right.
It's a buzzkill. It's a buzzkill for Finn. Also, shout out to Krista Todd, a skewed one, a new guy, Peachy TNL, and more for the subscribing.
Yes.
All right, and we need an answer in 3, 2, 1, and we go to Matthew.
Benicio del Toro.
That is correct. And Ross.
Benicio del Toro.
Benicio del Toro, 3-3 so far.
3-3, and we move to question number 4 in the category of Rogue One. Rogue One. In Rogue One, what is the name of the rebel extremist played by Forrest Whitaker that trained and raised Jyn after she was separated from her parents?
You know, I really liked Rogue One.
Oh, it's an excellent film. It's a lot of people's favorite in the recent years.
I bought into all the characters, and then I realized what had to happen at the end, and I got really, really bummed out.
I, too, was bummed.
2, 1. We go to Matthew first.
That's Saw Gerrera.
Saw Gerrera is correct. Ross, we go to you next.
That would be Saw Gerrera.
Absolutely. Look at this. 4-3. No, 4-4 now.
4-4, yes.
4-4.
And now, the second greatest sequel in Star Wars cinematic history from the original trilogy. We talk, the category 5 is Empire Strikes Back. In The Empire Strikes Back, what character is frozen in carbonite in Cloud City?
You could have waited out quarantine and carbonite, would you have?
I mean, it seems pretty chill. You know what I mean?
Wow.
I
did jump in hyperspace.
4,
Get out.
3, 2, 1, and we go to Ross.
Han Solo.
Han Solo is correct. And Matthew.
Han Solo.
Han Solo is correct. Both men still perfect going into the 6th question in the first round in Star Wars.
These guys know their stuff. Question number 6. In the category of The Phantom Menace, Who plays Queen Padme Amidala in The Phantom Menace?
First Star Wars movie I saw in theaters was The Phantom Menace.
Ooh, Annie.
Hey, Annie. Also, shout out to Maxwell Haddad gifting those 5 subs. Thank you.
3, 2, 1. Ross, we go to you first.
Natalie Portman.
Natalie Portman is exactly right.
My
Matthew's
wife, Natalie Portman.
Oh, wifey.
Yep. 6-6 on the board as we move to question number 7.
All right. Question number 7 in the category of Who Said It in Star Wars quotes. When Princess Leia says, "Why you stuck up, half-witted, scruffy-looking nerf herder," to whom is she referring to?
Period. You know, nothing else is needed when you drop a bar like that.
Keep it Leia. Always. Bars. Bars for sure. Bars for sure. And we need an answer in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we go to Ross.
Han Solo again.
Han Solo, correct, Matthew?
Han Solo.
Han Solo. Both these men obviously know their Star Wars. 7-7. If they get this 8th and final question correct in our brand new category in Star Wars, we will then ask them both a bonus question.
In the category of small screen Star Wars, what is the name of the child in The Mandalorian?
Right.
The first character to make me feel any sort of maternal instinct.
Really kicked in for you there.
Yeah.
I think you popped Matthew on that one.
This is concerning.
No, I'm good.
4, 3, 2, 1. Matthew, we go to you first.
Grogu.
Grogu it is. Ross?
Grogu.
All right. Both
Ross,
men.
you have terrific penmanship.
He does. And I'm a little bit jealous. Both men perfect in round number 1, which means you both get asked a bonus question. So you will both need to write down your answer. You'll have 15 seconds to answer this bonus question. Here it is. After Luke's death, who does Rey continue her Jedi training under during the Rise of Skywalker? We'll see if this is really looking like a regular Star Wars match, though. No player missing, going to the bonus. What we kind of expected.
Exactly. It's
All right.
impressive.
And we need a answer in 3, 2, 1. Matthew.
Princess Leia.
Leia is correct. And we go to Ross.
Princess or General, she's always Leia.
Always Leia. Y'all are always right. 9-9. 9-9. This is what we expected from our first match in Star Wars Division. Steph, I mean, this is, like I said, this is what we expected.
It is what we expected, but I do believe this is the first time in FCL history where we have 2 players having a perfect round 1. So, of course, it had to happen in Star Wars on Star Wars Day. It's a great match so far. I'm excited to see what happens in round 2.
Well, we'll see if the Force will continue with them going into round number 2, which is the wheel round. The wheel round works like this. Here are the rules for round number 2. Each competitor will get to spin the category wheel. Now, they can respin once if they land on a category they don't like, or unless it lands on opponent's choice, you cannot spin again. Competitors will get 4 questions in the chosen category. Questions are worth 2 points unless you elect to go to multiple choice. Then it goes to 1 point. You have 15 seconds to answer the question, but the opponents may steal in this round. The opponents can steal in this round. Repeats and challenges are still in effect. Both men are tied 9-9. This is both their debut. So we're going to go in alpha order by, I guess we have to go by first name because one of them doesn't have a last name. So Matthew, will you like to go first or would you like to defer to the man from nowhere?
I will defer.
All right. So Ross from nowhere, you are up. You can get a spin of the category wheel. Are you ready, sir?
Yep. If I can see
All
the
right.
wheel.
Well, let's give the wheel a whirl. Let's do it.
Yes.
All right. It spins around. All questions from the realm of Star Wars movies. And did he hit it? It looks like Spinner's Choice. Spinner's Choice.
Ooh.
For Ross from nowhere. You're going to have to at least pick one from the realm of Star Wars.
Let's go with Revenge of the Sith.
All right, he's going to go with Revenge of the Sith. Steph Sabra will be administering the questions to Ross from nowhere in Revenge of the Sith. And we are ready to go. Steph, take it away whenever you're ready.
In the category of Revenge of the Sith, your first question. Before Obi-Wan takes Luke to Tatooine, Yoda tells him he will train him to commune with whom?
His old master, Qui-Gon Jinn.
Qui-Gon Jinn is correct, as you get your first points on the board for round 2. And we move to your second question. On what planet does Obi-Wan and Anakin's final duel take place?
Mustafar.
Mustafar is correct, and hopefully we will see another one in the Obi-Wan series. And we move to your next question. Which Jedi Master informed Anakin that he will be a part of the Council, but not granted the title of Master?
Mace Windu.
The man with the purple lightsaber himself is correct. And some more points on the board for Ross.
All right, and for your final question in round number 2, Ross
Let's
from nowhere.
see if he can have a perfect round 1 and 2 with this final question. Who says the final line in the film?
C-3PO.
C-3PO is correct with a perfect round 2 for Ross. Quite impressive.
Wow, we could have given him 5 seconds to answer each question. 17-9, impressive there. Now we'll see if Matthew Reid's strategy of deferring is going to pay off. I mean, we already saw a Spinner's Choice. We will see what Matthew gets. Matthew, are you ready, sir?
Let's go.
All right, let's give the wheel a whirl. Let's do it. Let's do it. And there it goes, the category wheel spinning. And it lands on Rise of Skywalker. Rise of Skywalker.
Let's spin that again.
Okay, didn't even take a second. Not a fan, I assume. Nevertheless, I like that movie. But let's spin it again, and let's give the wheel a second whirl.
He had no hesitation on that extra spin.
None. Not
today. Not on my Star Wars day.
And it lands on... right on the line, but I think it's opponent's choice. Opponent's choice. Ross from nowhere getting the spinners and opponent's wheel. Ross, you have 15 seconds to decide what category Matthew Reid will receive.
Star Wars quotes.
Star Wars quotes, the dreaded Who Said It category. I will be asking Matthew Reid his questions in the category of Star Wars quotes. All right, Matthew, are you ready, sir?
Yes.
All right. When Han says, in the category of Star Wars quotes, when Han says, "It's not my fault" in The Empire Strikes Back, what is he referring to?
Multiple choice.
All right. And your multiple choice are as follows. Is it A, the hyperdrive is failing? Is it B, General Leia being kidnapped? Is it C, the stormtroopers are missing? Or is it D, he's referring to C-3PO?
A.
A is correct. A is correct. The hyperdrive was failing, and you are on the board with 1 point. Still got the question correct as we get into your next question in the category of Who Said It. All right. Who told Han, "Someday you're going to be wrong, and I just hope I'm there to see it"?
Leia.
Leia's correct for 2 points. Leia is correct for 2 points. And we continue on in the category of Star Wars quotes. In Attack of the Clones, who said, "I love democracy. I love the Republic.
Palpatine.
Palpatine is correct. Palpatine is correct. I'm a big fan of government.
Down.
A big fan of government, I guess, is Palpatine. And we get to your final question in Star Wars quotes. In The Phantom Menace, who said, "Whenever you gamble, my friend, eventually you'll lose"?
Qui-Gon Jinn.
That is correct. That is correct. That is correct. I got you there. That is correct. 16-17, 1 point advantage from Ross from nowhere. Had to go to multiple choice only once, though, did Matthew Reid. Steph, I mean, very impressive by both of these competitors.
100%. I mean, those were not the easiest questions, especially when you get into quotes. But getting opponent's choice and spinner's choice, I think the force is with him today.
Force might be with him. Will we go now to our final category and our final round, and that is round number 3. Here is how round number 3 works here in the FCL. Competitors will pick 3 numbers that correspond to 3 different categories. You'll pick numbers between 1 and 20. Each competitor will get 3 questions. Questions are worth 2, 3, and 5 points. Competitors have 15 seconds to answer each question. Now, there's no stealing or multiple choice in round number 3. Both men, as far as I'm aware of, have all 3 of their JTE rules. Yep. They have their challenges. So we're going to ask Ross, since you are in the lead, you get to pick 3 numbers between 1 and 20, sir.
Let's go with 2, 18, and 7.
2, 18, and 7. And we go to Matthew. What are your 3 numbers?
6, 9, 13.
6, 9, and 13. I was really expecting y'all to come for numbers that correspond to something in Star Wars. I was like, what does 2 mean? Okay, nevertheless, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. So we're going to go.
Episode 2.
Yeah,
No.
there you go.
2.
Steph, that's why. Oh, look at y'all. Okay. Anyway.
If you want it, we can give it to you.
Keep it laying with me. Ross from nowhere versus Matthew Reid. All right, Matthew, you are behind by 1, so we will go to you first. You selected category number 6. Category number 6. That corresponds to droids. And I will be asking you your question. And here it is. In droids, 2-point question. Who plays C-3PO in the Star Wars franchise?
Anthony Daniels.
That is correct. Anthony Daniels is correct. That puts you in the lead, 18-17. 18-17. Now we bounce over to Ross. Ross, you selected category number 2, and that corresponds to Revenge of the Sith. Revenge of the Sith, and Steph Sabra will be asking you your 2-point question.
Ross, for your 2-point question in the category of Revenge of the Sith, of whom does Palpatine tell the tragic tale to Anakin while they converse in the galaxy's opera box?
Darth Plagueis the Wise.
Darth Plagueis is absolutely correct for your first question in round 3.
I am so glad I did not have to read the correct answer to that. I was like, Plausius? Okay, now we go to...
Yeah, that's what it is.
We go back to Matthew. Number 9. Number 9, you selected the number 9, which corresponds to the category of The Empire Strikes Back. The Empire Strikes Back. And I will be asking you your question. And here we go in The Empire Strikes Back. Which planet causes Luke to remark, "There's something familiar about this place"?
Dagobah.
Dagobah is correct. Dagobah is correct. And he goes up. That is his 3-point question. So it is 21-19. Ross from nowhere, it is your turn. You selected number 18. Number 18. And that corresponds to villains. Villains in Star Wars. And here we are for your 3-point question.
The best villains came out of Star Wars. All right, for your 3-point question, Ross, in the category of villains, whose apology did Darth Vader accept in The Empire Strikes Back?
Apology accepted, Captain Nita.
Captain Nita is correct. And with the quote. Love to see it.
This is crazy. This is a crazy, crazy game. Obviously, the most accurate match in FCL history, I'm assuming so far. Neither man have gotten any question correct. Matthew only going to multiple choice one time. And now, Matthew, we go to your 5-point question. Your 5-point question. You selected the number 13. The number 13. And the number 13 corresponds to small screen Star Wars. Small screen Star Wars. And here we are for your 5-point question in the realm of small screen Star Wars. Matthew, name the 2 characters voiced by Sam Witwer in Star Wars Rebels. We need an answer in 5, 4.
Repeat
3.
the question.
All right. In the category of small screen Star Wars, name the 2 characters voiced by Sam Witwer in Star Wars Rebels. And we need an answer in 5, 4, 3.
Repeat
2.
the question.
All right. In the category of small screen Star Wars, name the 2 characters that are voiced by Sam Witwer in Star Wars Rebels. He has 1 JTE left. And we need an answer in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Repeat the question.
Oh, got it right there. Okay, this is your last one.
Yeah.
Last one, Matthew. Name, in the category of small screen Star Wars. And here we are. Name the 2 characters voiced by Sam Witwer in Star Wars Rebels.
I'm blanking, but Maul and Tristan.
And your winner with a perfect game, Ross from nowhere. We are looking for Maul and Palpatine. Maul and Palpatine. Right there, and Ross shows it on the board. So close, only 1 question missed the entire game. Ross and Matthew, incredible game. Steph, we got to break down what we just saw. We're going to talk to both of these men here momentarily, but give me your first reaction to the action that we just witnessed.
I mean, if this is any indication of what the Star Wars matches are going to be in the FCL, sign me all the way up. I'm buckled in. I'm ready to go into hyperspace with this because that was such a fun match. These competitors really came here to play and to slay.
You're absolutely right. They both came. They knew their answers. They knew their stuff. They knew their Star Wars. It's interesting here. This is, I think, going to be the story that's going to be on all the comment boards and probably in the chat right now. That's small screen Star Wars, a brand new category that we are introducing exclusively here in the FCL, is what decided this game there at the very end. Sam Witwer, who's a Schmodown alum, actually been referenced already during this show as one of the competitors in the Star Wars division, former champion. Maul and Palpatine in Rebels. So I think that's really the big story coming out of today, small screen Star Wars.
Yeah, I mean, you can't not watch those, and I think he absolutely watched everything in Star Wars. He knew his stuff. He knew one character. But the thing is that we're seeing with Star Wars now is that all the shows are connecting in the larger story that they're telling. So it's all these intricacies that we need to know when you come here to compete. And obviously with naming who is voicing who is that's deeper knowledge, but it's just showing what you need to have when you come to compete in the Star Wars division.
Absolutely. And then on the other side, Ross from nowhere. I mean, this is a guy who Both of these guys. Let me say this: both of these men are probably being looked at by every faction right now, based upon the knowledge that they just put on display here. Nevertheless, a perfect game by Ross from Nowhere in Star Wars. Do you think he has what it takes to clang and bang with the champions of the Star Wars division, Steph, bro?
Yeah, how do you not think that? He didn't miss a question. There's nothing you can think about him that's bad after the performance for both of them today. And I was on SEN earlier today with a few of the managers, and they're looking at these matches. And there's always room for a Star Wars player because it is such a competitive division in the MTS that why wouldn't you be looking at the FCL? So both of them killed it. So, yeah, absolutely, they're looking at him in a good way.
All right, well, let's talk to the winner. Speaking of the man himself, let's go to Ross from Nowhere. Steph Sabra, take it away.
Ross from Nowhere, you showed up, you came out, and you came out victorious. How are you feeling your first win in the FCL?
It feels really damn good. No, it was a lot of fun to study, and going in, you prepare for so many different things, and you're preparing the most detailed little questions, and so... and then you get hit with the questions. You're like, okay, I studied that really early on, and it's really it's a lot of fun to see. Okay, of all of the thousands of things I've looked at, what are going to be the little needles pulled out of the haystack? And that was a really, really fun experience.
Well, yeah, I've got to talk. It's Star Wars Day. Is this in any way how you imagine you'd be spending your day?
No, not at all. It was just a standard Tuesday, but when we got the call that putting it together, FCL is being on Tuesday, it made a lot of sense. Shout out to everybody behind the scenes who did the extra work to make sure that we were able to get a Star Wars event for today and be able to have this match. I'm extremely thrilled we were able to have it, able to kind of showcase what I know. I hope to be able to continue to do that more. Matthew put on a good showing, but unfortunately my name rhymes with loss and not a whole lot else. So that's all I really had to go with. But other than that, I felt pretty comfortable going into this match, and I was glad I went perfect. I would have been angry if I didn't, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it did feel like the Force was with you. You got spinner's choice and opponent's choice. I know you came out with the knowledge, so it's not that luck was necessarily on your side, but are there any parts of today's match that you're taking with you to make sure that you know going into the next match when you don't get two spins like that?
Oh, absolutely. I wrote the answer to his 5 there to show that I can answer a 5, in particular answering a 5 in the category that we had a week to study for. And so I know this is kind of the FCL is for showcasing your capabilities, and so I wanted to do that. And with that said, I think if the board had been gone the other way, I know if I had those questions, I would have gone perfect either way. So that makes me feel very comfortable, and so I'm not really worried about the board. But in that same vein, I think the board looks really interesting and it's fun, and the fact that it's not just every single movie and that there was a bunch of those different kind of categories, it made me potentially not go with Revenge of the Sith, and the questions determined the entire game. So who knows? It could have been in a totally other game, had some other crazy question come up, but I was fortunate with the questions that were asked, and I'm excited for the next batch that will come.
Well, I'm excited to see you continue in the FCL, and it was so great to watch you win today. Have a great rest of your Star Wars Day, Ross.
Thanks so much, Steph. You too.
I noticed that he said batch. I don't know if you picked up on that. He said batch. That was a little Easter egg drop. Bad batch, a little Easter egg drop.
Yes.
I appreciate it. See,
look at you,
noticed
Brad.
That. Look. I don't have this for no reason.
No,
you know what
you're
I mean?
not.
You know what I mean? Look at that,
Yeah.
green. Favorite color.
You came and you showed up with your lightsaber. You are here for business. No one's going to take that away from you.
I'm here for business, but so was Matthew Reid. Matthew Reid came in. He absolutely rocked the house. Small screen Star Wars, what tripped him up? Nevertheless, this guy is going to be very competitive in Star Wars going here in the future in FCL, and who knows, in the Movie Trivia Schmodown someday. I'm interested to hear what he has to say about it. So, Steph, let's hear from Mr. Matthew the Reckoning Reid.
Matt, you still almost you had a perfect round 1, you had perfect round 2, you only used multiple choice 1 time, and you still were an amazing opponent today, and I'm excited to see your future in the FCL, but how are you feeling just to get that first match out of the way?
I'm devastated.
Devastated.
I knew that question. I shouldn't have opted to multiple choice. It was a grievous error.
So you knew, oh, those are the worst. You knew the multiple choice answer, but when it comes to small screen Star Wars, was that just something that you had in the back of your mind and couldn't get to or didn't know?
I honestly just forgot Sidious showed up in Rebels, so if I had remembered that, I may have gotten it, but I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we'll never know, but there will be more matches for you, hopefully, because you are definitely someone who's here to stay in this league because you know your stuff. When you're thinking about the next match, are there different approaches you're going to take to studying and getting prepared for it?
I came in thinking Ross was a joke, and he proved he wasn't. And I won't take anybody else less seriously.
Is there anyone else you're looking to take up in the for a Star Wars match?
Anyone who wants it can come and get it. But for Ross, you can run from the reckoning, but you can't escape it.
So you would like a rematch in the future?
I want to earn a rematch.
Ooh, Matt Reid wants to earn the rematch. You heard it here. Matt, it was so nice to meet you. May the Force be with you until next time.
And with you too.
Again, you got to love both these guys. An incredible showing. And Steph, it's only getting started. We have our main event coming up next. The Culinary Kraken taking on the Gungalorian. We're going to see these two guys go into Star Wars Hyperdrive and battle in our main event. Steph Sabra, Brad Gilmore, we will be back with the FCL in just a moment.